another video. Today we will be looking at and exploring Merle Hay Mall in Des Moines and Urbandale, Iowa. Merle Hay Mall is one of the oldest and biggest malls within the state of Iowa and has quite the history that goes to it. It's also very unique with a very bizarre layout. However, like many malls in the last few years, it has suffered major blows in the fact it has lost two major department store anchors. Right now, it is in the beginning of a process to undergo a massive reinvention that would turn the former Yonkers space into a hockey arena. This video hopes to explore the history of Merle Hay Mall. Merle Hay Mall was originally proposed in 1956 after a pair of Chicago-based developers, Joseph A. Bell and Bernard Greenbaum and Associates, bought a Passionist monastery that had previously existed on this site from the 1920s to the 1950s. The proposed mall was originally called the Northland Center, but was renamed to the advice of Yonkers executives to Merle Hay Plaza, which was the road that the mall was to be built on. Merle Hay in itself is a very significant name, as he was the first Iowan to be killed in World War I. The descendants of the two original developers still own the mall today as the Merle Hay Mall Limited Partnership. I think that's really cool. The mall would open in 1959 as an outdoor plaza with Yonkers and Sears as its anchors. The renovation plans look quite interesting, and turning a vacant department store into an arena is definitely a very bold and really unique move. They basically want to cut off the west wing of the mall beyond the Flick's Brewhouse and replace it with recreational uses. Right now, the entire west wing is vacant except for Kohl's and a few stalls left in the food court. This back hallway is very retro and feels very nostalgic to the 70s. This is how I originally entered the mall, and it was very stark. Merle Hay Mall has an extremely bizarre layout. It is like 3 separate malls that are kind of all conjoined together. Right now we're in the West Wing, which was built in the 70s and appears to have not undergone a major renovation since then. While that part of Merle Hay looks extremely dead, most of the mall is almost fully occupied. Once you descend into what was once the Bridge Court, there was a lot more stores. This area used to be 2 floors, but when Flick's Brewhouse opened, they renovated the 2nd floor for Flick's, and the lower level was retained as mall space, but it has really low ceilings, and it almost feels more like you're in an office center than a mall, with like gray carpeting and white walls. I don't think it looks very good. And some of this carpet is like starting to get stained and it's starting to look bad. Like right here, you can kind of see the stains on the carpet. I don't know why they put carpet in malls. I think the nice terrazzo that they had throughout the rest of the mall looks way, way better. Now we are in the original part of the mall that was originally opened in 1959 as an outdoor plaza. This part of the mall definitely feels old, but I think it looks pretty good for its age. There are a lot of smaller family-owned stores located over here. A lot of chain stores have left Merle Hay, but they have kept most spaces full, which is definitely an accomplishment. The main corridor through this section is extremely wide. It definitely feels like this was once like an outdoor mall. Like it kind of even has that vibe a little bit. As you saw earlier in the video, this Target used to be Yonkers. And in 1978, a massive tragedy happened when this was Yonkers. A massive fire broke out because of a faulty heating and cooling system, and 11 employees died. That fire caused over $20 million in damage to the store and to the mall, and the store was ultimately closed for a year to make repairs. This was one of the worst fires in Iowa's history. To the left is a very unique feature of the mall. Located in the basement is a bowling alley that has been in this mall almost since it has opened. Down this wing is what used to be Sears. It is nearly completely full. They have a Ross Dress for Less down here, but at the very end of the hallway, it kind of just cuts off. There's still definitely a lot of foot traffic within the mall. It definitely does not feel like a dead mall other than the back west wing, which is closing anyways. I think Merle Hay Mall will be in a strong position going into the future. They have committed ownership that is trying to save this property by making a massive pivot toward entertainment. They have the Flick's Brewhouse. There's a arcade, also located in the Bridge Court now. They have a bowling alley, and then with this massive new ice skating rink and arena that will attract a lot more people to the mall. The former the existing Kohl's, they're planning to turn into a hotel at some point too. Merle Hay Mall is also centrally located within the Des Moines market, where it's really not hard for anyone to get to from across the entire metro area. Jordan Creek, which is by far the most dominant mall in Des Moines, is on the far west side of the metropolitan area. So people coming from the rapidly growing areas like Ankeny or Altoona might not be very inclined to go there. A few years ago, a massive outlet mall did open in Altoona, which didn't help Merle Hay either. This map on the screen now shows all the malls here in Des Moines. As you can see, the mall is very centrally located within the Des Moines metro, and I think it has enough space from Jordan Creek to have a place within the area. These mall entrance corridors underneath the movie theater are extremely long. Like, that's not normal. Oh, right up here is one of my favorite places in the mall, a model railroad exhibit. One of my other biggest interests is trains, so this is just perfect. Like, this is just way too exciting, I'm sorry guys. Definitely really cool to see this. They have a really cool setup here, and it's just really exciting. Sorry guys. So they got the banner here advertising the new hockey arena, and then you turn the corner and then you're like, oh wait, there's a Kohl's. Just this shining light at the end of the hallway is just Kohl's. Otherwise everything else is empty back here, except for the food court, which was surprisingly full. There was a Made Right, a really good Vietnamese place, a barbecue place, and several just locally owned restaurants, and it seemed pretty active considering this was like mid-afternoon on a Sunday. I don't know what's going to happen with these restaurants, but the future plans do show this food court closing, which will be kind of sad. It has a really awesome aesthetic too. In the back of the mall, it's kind of amazing how much space they devoted toward parking. They don't even have like the parking spaces painted off for most of this lot. And it looks like they haven't been painted for a long time. They also even have a parking garage. Just like they needed more parking back here. It's kind of goofy that they're letting this much land go to waste. That new building is going to be the new Kohl's store that should be open by the end of the year. Or at least they say it will be. There will be no direct mall entrance from that new store in a mall, which I think is a huge mistake for both the mall and Kohl's. Kohl's will lose the benefit of being in the mall, and suddenly the mall will have a whole wing with no anchor. They're not helping each other when they make decisions like this. Like, I don't know what they're thinking. The front of the mall facing Merle Hay Road, they kind of tried to hide the fact that there's a mall behind here by putting large big box stores in what was once mall space on the side facing Merle Hay Road. They got Ross, Shoe Carnival, and Ulta here. I think they drive a lot of traffic into the center, but it's definitely an interesting choice. So now we're on the south side of the mall, and there once was another parking garage down here. They refaced it to make it look all modern. It looks pretty good. And this is where the new arena will be. They still have the Yonkers signs up, but on the entrances they have signs advertising the new Des Moines Buccaneers arena. They said they just started construction, but I saw really no evidence of anything going on, which, okay. This back part of the parking lot is starting to look really bad, and there's a ton of Target carts left back here. I don't know what's really going on with this, but I hope construction starts soon. I hope that you guys all enjoyed watching this video. I really appreciate it that you stuck around all the way till the end. If you want to watch another video, there is one on the screen now. And as always, thank you so much.